The 41st annual KNEB Farm and Ranch Expo is underway, and beautiful weather is expected to continue into Saturday's Day 2. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, hundreds of people arriving for the kickoff of the 41st annual KNEB Farm and Ranch Expo this morning at the fairgrounds in Mitchell. Attendees were treated to a free breakfast and then had the opportunity to visit with as many of the 80 vendors from a 5-state region as they'd like. New to the expo this year is Trent Stimpick, who traveled from Columbus, Nebraska to showcase his company.
Our company is called MAC America Ag Finance. I know there's a ton of finance companies, but what's different about us is we're based here in Nebraska. We have no prepayment penalties, no demand notes, no origination fees. We can do a true 30-year lock. We do operating loans, lines of credit. We have all kinds of options.
Now, if you missed out on the expo today, we'll be back at it again on Saturday from 9 to 3 inside the Vista Beam Pavilion at the Mitchell Fairgrounds. Well, the man who led Morrill County authorities on a high-speed motorcycle chase with speeds reaching 134 miles per hour in July has been sentenced. In the early morning hours of July 5th, the Morrill County Sheriff's Office tried to catch the speedster on Highway 92. Deputies pursued the rider through Bridgeport, but the chase was called off due to dangerous conditions. Later that night, deputies spotted the same bike at a gas station and identified the rider as 37-year-old Cody Scalf. He ended up pleading no contest to charges of operating a motor vehicle to avoid arrest and attempted possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, both of which are Class 4 felonies. He also pled no contest to a trio of misdemeanor charges. And on Monday, Morrill County District Judge Andrea Miller sentenced Scalf to a total of 210 days in jail, plus a $100 fine. She gave him 106 days credit for time already served, and will serve the remainder of his sentence in 2-day increments. And 4 finalists have accepted invitations for in-person interviews to become the next Alliance city manager. Former city manager J.D. Cox, who served from 2011 to 2016, is currently holding the same post in Douglas, Wyoming, and is the most familiar name on the list. The second finalist is Lou Leone, who has served as the city manager in Nebraska City and has ties to the area. David Wise is finalist number 3 and was most recently the business administrator in Penns Grove, New Jersey. And wrapping up the list is Rear Admiral David Wolf, the former deputy and acting superintendent of the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. The interview process is tentatively scheduled for February 18th and 19th, and there will also be a public meet and greet scheduled at a later time. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Welcome back. Legacy Co-op has announced a leadership change, saying as of Tuesday, Charlie Wright is no longer serving as Chief Executive Officer. The board has appointed former Scottsdale resident E. Todd Clark as interim CEO, effective immediately. Clark previously led Farmers Co-op Elevator in Hemmingford and All Points Cooperative in Gothenburg before retiring in 2022. He says he believes strongly in the cooperative model and plans to focus on long-term stability and growth. Clark grew up on a Nebraska farm, is a UNL graduate, and previously served on the Scottsbluff Public School Board and Farm and Ranch Museum Board of Directors. And a staple at the Scottsbluff County Courthouse for more than a decade has been promoted to a new post at the Morrill County Courthouse. Jennifer Gompert, who previously worked as the criminal clerk and most recently as the county courtroom clerk in Scottsbluff and Banner counties, has been selected to serve as Morrill County Court Clerk Magistrate in Bridgeport. Her official work as clerk magistrate began last month. County Court Clerk Magistrates work under the general direction of the presiding county judge, supervising, assigning, and directing the work of all staff within the county court. The position carries a high level of responsibility for the people, paperwork, finances, and records of the court.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
On the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumstead. And Kyle, we have done a turnaround here today after yesterday's sell-off. Tell me what you're making of the cattle market here today.
Well, that's right, Lacey. We have done a turnaround here after yesterday's sell-off. Yesterday we sold off and we closed at the lower end of value here in most of these live and feeder cattle contracts. Now, feeder cattle index today looks like it's going to be down 69 cents at 374.47 with a daily number of 374.40 on 10,026 head. Bigger volume than I expected. We saw Napoleon, North Dakota put in 1,700 head at 387. Delhart and Superior both put in 1,100 head at 370. Pratt and Woodward were both 367, and Valentine was 398. So that's kind of how that feeder cattle market wrapped up here yesterday. So we did also early this morning on the live cattle side of things here have regional here in Nebraska bidding up to 241 here. And then we also saw a lot of 240 come along here later on, and everybody's kind of been passing on that. We've also seen 378 dress, 380 dress bids. Passing, of course, we had some majors bidding, 378 to 380. We also had 242 trade on the Fed Cattle Exchange here in Texas. We did see 243 trade on the Fed Cattle Exchange in Texas. And then there's 242 bids all over the South now. So I think the Packers have had to come out here and start to bid up till we get some cattle procured here for next week. That's kind of the way it looks. And we did see the board react to that. We shot out of the gate higher this morning right away. We did see these April live cattle go to 239.90 here, or excuse me, 240 even, and we're at 239.87 right now. So seeing a little bit of a support there, both the commercials and the non-commercials buying this thing here this morning. Now, we do have February live cattle option expiration that's going to take place here at the close, and a lot of that open interest is right here at this 240 mark.
That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumstead with a look at our midday trade here on the Rural Radio Network.
This is the Blue Jacket Buzz. 95 years ago, when a dozen eggs cost 18 cents and a gallon of gas was 20 cents, the Waverly FFA chapter got its start.
I've got students now that their grandfathers were in Waverly FFA, and they talk about, I say, why are you here? I'm here because my grandpa talked about his positive experience.
Chris Spath is the Waverly FFA advisor, and she said she teaches the best of both worlds with the perfect blend of
small town kids and big city kids, and we're all mixed together here at Waverly. We're just 10 miles outside of Lincoln. I just feel like our program offers a little something, and it doesn't matter where you're coming from. They can find a place in our chapter where they can be successful and find out who they are.
The Blue Jacket Buzz is presented by the Nebraska FFA Foundation and the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. Rooted in tradition, driven by innovation, leading Nebraska agriculture.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network for a check of your markets. Soybeans are still higher, though we have retraced about 15 cents back from the highs made earlier this morning. We've seen some big gains made in the complex with lofty expectations for continued buying business with China, though we have no confirmation from China of such a deal. And corn futures are lower. Demand for U.S. corn will likely start to decline as last week's export sales fell to a 4-week low. And South America's crop, though struggling in terms of crop condition, is still looking record large and at a hefty discount to U.S. offers. And wheat futures are lower with rising and much higher world wheat supplies. U.S. wheat is currently overpriced relative to the competition. And hog futures today are mixed. Cash trade is pretty light today, and we could see a lower day with some overbought market correction ahead of the weekend. March corn down 3.5 at 431.5. May down 3 1/4 at 439 3/4. March soybeans up 9 1/4 at 1121.5. May up 7 3/4 at 1133 3/4. March Chicago wheat down 5 1/4 at 530. May down 4 3/4 at 539 1/4. Kansas City March wheat down 5 3/4 at 532 3/4. May down 5 3/4 at 544 3/4. March soybean meal is up 140 at 304.60. March bean oil down a penny at 55.64. April live cattle up 482 at 240.42. June up 445 at 236.65. March feeders up 690 at 370.97. April up 710 at 367.60. April lean hogs down 22 at 98.15. May up 12 at 101.62. That's a look.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Show your home some love with an upgrade to Acclaim replacement windows and an ensemble entry door. Get 20% off windows and doors with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus, get an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Energy efficient, durable, and custom made for the perfect fit. It's time to show your home some love. Call today or visit rbawyoming.com to book your free estimate.
Let's take a peek at your weekend calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the founder of a Georgia-based ag nutrient company says changes in technology and the understanding plant physiology means producers don't have to make huge changes to maximize today's crop yields. Darren Moon, CEO of Redox Bionutrients, discussed the chemistry behind his company's product lines in Gering last week and how they can make current fertilizers more efficient. He told the crowd of about 300 that for the longest time, producers have focused on pounds per acre when it comes to nutrients and minerals in their fertilizers.
One of the things that's been overlooked because we were so successful with that is those nutrients carry a charge. So it is our advancement, it is our science that says we got to go back to the charge of the molecule and balance that out, and then the nutrients that we're using, once we balance that out, will be that much more efficient. The plant will be more efficient to deal with abiotic stress, with biotic stress, environmental stress, all of those things, because that charge balance is critical, just like it is in humans.
Moon said the understanding of plant chemistry has evolved over the last several decades to include more than pounds per acre of applied nutrients and minerals.
Over the last 50 years, we've forgotten about the organic matter and all those organic molecules, and it is our science that says we're going to put those organic molecules back in with our fertilizer. Therefore, that fertilizer is more efficient, it's more mobile, it's more easily to assimilate into the plant. So it's not about, I'm just putting on this fertilizer. No, the plant needs the same amount of nutrient to grow. It's how we get it there and how efficient it is. That's what this is about.
Moon made his comments during a gathering at the Gering Civic Center, sponsored by agrologics.com, owned by local producers Dan Fitz and Brett Meyer. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you out at the KNEB Farm and Ranch Expo tomorrow. And if not, see you back here at the news desk on Monday.